I'm Julie Webb, the host of LitCentric Radio. I want to thank you for your purchase of Library Lion. And today I want to show you what the bridge chart can look like when you work on the Library Lion lesson. So in this lesson, we are focusing on using evidence to draw some quality inferences and then taking that a step further and analyzing that for what those inferences mean for us in society, what it means for people in general, and how we live our lives. So the bridge chart is divided into 3 different sections labeled with these yellow header cards that are some of the sticky notes in your lesson that you can print out and label your chart with. So we have evidence, inference, and analysis. And as I mentioned in the episode, we actually use those real words in our lessons with students so they are exposed to academic vocabulary in a more organic way and actually start to use those words in their everyday language. So here, what you print out from your lesson are the individual evidence cards. And I like to have these up on the chart ahead of time before I actually share it with students, honestly just because it saves me time. And that's why I included them here to make it easy for you to print, and it helps you focus in on different aspects that we want to look at in the text. Now, also included in your lesson is a handout or a cheat sheet for you that has the same 3 columns, the evidence, the inference, and analysis, and each column is complete with some of the suggested ideas and vocabulary that you might want to use to help guide the chart that you make with students. Now remember, a bridge chart helps anchor student understanding and bridge from reading opportunities into writing opportunities. And here, we want to make sure that our bridge charts are always highly interactive, even though they're designed ahead of time by the teacher. So the suggestions I have here, you can follow and try to implement with students, but please feel free to take some of their input, use their wording, and help them make the chart their own. So I'll give you a couple of examples that I would do with students. First, I have the cards here that I printed out under the evidence, and they're actually listed in order of how they appear in the book. And first we have the lion wandered into the library. So we know that occurred. It's a basic recall function, of the text. And we can infer that the lion wandered in because he's honestly curious about this place that people enjoy, because you wouldn't normally find a lion in the library. So we infer that he's curious. And when we analyze that further, we think, what does curiosity mean for us in our lives beyond this text? And I have here the suggestion that it's nice to try new things. Another component from the book was the lion breaks the rules by roaring after story hour was over. We can infer how the lion feels based on that roaring, that he's actually angry that story hour has finished. We can analyze that a little bit further and talk about how different emotions make us react in different ways. And that's definitely a life lesson or something that we want students to recognize beyond this text alone. My final example here is when Miss Merriweather explains the rules to the lion, and we can infer that she believes, and everyone believes, that it's important to follow the rules in the library. And the analysis of that is that we need to be aware of our surroundings and make our behavior fit the context that we're in. And that's definitely a lesson that my students need over and over again. So these are just a few examples of what this chart would look like. As you can see, there are 9 different evidence pieces here. You can feel free to use all 9 or eliminate a few and just focus on a few different areas. This chart might take you more than one sitting to complete, depending on how young your students are, maybe how squirrely they are on the carpet with you. But either way, make those adjustments to work for you and your students, and let me know how it goes.